Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In this sometimes evening live stream, I'm going to be covering the level pack Mega Man Full Screen Attack by Apple123 and. The special characteristic of this pack is that every special weapon I get is going to be a full screen attack. So for this one we have an intro stage, 8 RM levels, and 5 Wily Forter stages. So let's hop to it. Welcome to the stream, Hyper, Jaden, all the lurkers, and anyone else who I missed. The story is as such. After escaping Mega Man again, Dr. Wily pondered the reasons for his frequent failures. One day he realized that his Roadmaster weapons were not powerful enough, so he created RMs equipped with weapons of mass destruction. Can Mega Man overcome this challenge this time? 78 plays, score 21. Let's go. Hey, my newbie. It's gonna be a quieter evening, but we'll see. This also has some NSF replacements. This pack also has some NSF replacements, about 20 or so of them, so I applied them here. Meanwhile, I'm kind of the opposite. I feel kind of hyped up. Usually I actually feel a bit more hyped up for the evening streams than the morning streams. You may also see in my voice, for example. But also as a reminder to you all, and I actually should be better at posting my up-to-date next streams on the other servers, or my other socials, might be. No stream tomorrow morning. However, I am going to be posting a Let's Try of one of the demos I covered during Next Fest. One that I didn't stream. As a forewarning, because of just how many videos are waiting to be edited and published, for the less popular or for the demos I found less interesting or not that good, I am not going to edit them into full videos. I'm sorry. Like Jaden pointed out in the morning stream, I haven't even edited Freak Jam 2, and that's been waiting since February or March. Not to mention, I haven't even edited all the Sage demos videos, and that's more important to me. Oh look, in Intro Stage it actually has some more merit and meat to it. It isn't just like a short pushover where you go through and it's over and done. This feels like an actual stage. More of an actual stage. Uh... 2 months away? We haven't actually fully discussed what time to put Freak Jam T, Jaden. As for which ones, one obvious thing is probably going to be Spearverse, because, let me tell you, that demo did not impress me. Whoa. That was a sudden lag spike. I was asking, where did you get the information that it's on in January? But I did sample a Starlight Revolver. I just didn't edit the video because the reason I didn't edit that video is because I realized, oh, the quality of the video is not going to be good enough. Playthrough wasn't good enough to snuff. It was fun, but nah. The previous two were... let me check, actually. Freak Jam. Let me check actually. I have access to the server, so I want to make sure. Do. No, Freak Jam next year is not gonna be January the way it is currently. The way things are going, it's gonna be late January this time, or early February. But I want to clarify a point. It's a bit. I know I'm gonna sound a bit. I'm gonna sound a bit retentive here, or overly meticulous, but I'll say this. When I say samples a demo, that means I at least played it. Whether that be recorded or on stream. The thing is, with Starlight Revolver, I may have sampled it on stream, but I didn't edit it down into its individual video. The reason being because, looking back in retrospect, it wasn't up to snuff. I know, it just seems like I'm being very particular with my language here, but it's important. Anyways, intro stage done. Now we have 8 RMs to deal with. Pyroclast Man, Cryosphere Man, Substation Man, Monsoon Man, Deforestation Man, Tectonics Man, Latte Man, and Quasar Man. Okay then. By process of elimination, I'm going after Monsoon Man first. 37 place, score of 9. Why? I want the Rain Flush. That's cool, Jaden. Should I just turn up the volume for music? Okay, I'll turn it up a little bit. Alright, now you can more easily hear the song. It's good to hear that the game got a large overhaul. I still think it wasn't a wise decision to push back the demo release. Or rather, I still think they should have pushed back the early access release to after Silk Song. That's true for a lot of different games. I mean, Starlight Revolver is fun, but I have a lot more on my plate, so... Whoa. In general, I don't really buy games in early access unless I have a good idea it's gonna be good. Or I have a good enough faith in the company that the project's gonna be solid. There are certain games I have purchased in early access, see for example Deep Rock Galactic. Or Windblown. But that's because I trust the developer's pedigree. Like Dead Cells is a very solidly put together game. And I saw a lot of gameplay footage of DRG before I went to purchase it, and it looked cool. One of the best purchases I ever made on Steam. Technically Terraria would beat that, but I haven't really played Terraria as much as DRG. Yes, Aquadome DX was the only stage I played in the earlier stream. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, Jay Butters. The edited footage of your pick for Godbreakers, that'll be released on Monday. Don't worry. I didn't actually expect you to show up this evening. I'll eventually get around to some. I just don't want to do another brutal game this early. And Frontier Hunters, I'm gonna say that the demo for it in the Next Fest was not really well done. Reason being is because the tutorial or the slice of gameplay showcase was kind of bleh. Too much of the tutorial was just running around doing menial tasks, rather than the interesting stuff of fighting monsters. Well, would you look at that? A level pack where in each of the levels we actually have challenges which force me to engage in them, and not just easily bum rush through them, no problem. I'm sorry, I'm being a little bit harsh here, but a lot of level packs I've played in the past haven't had the best haven't showcased the best use of their assets. Meanwhile, this one not only has somewhat interesting level design, but we have custom NSFs. And maybe not good setups, but at least setups that are forcing me to engage with them, instead of me just going on autopilot. Oh, it's time for some farming. Babu. Oh my. Oh shooty. The point in the stage where the lag actually helped. The point in the stage where the sudden slowdown actually helped me. Like, this may not be what I consider to be a good level pack, but honestly, it's an enjoyable one. It's actually more stimulating and has more things to talk about compared to a lot of the stuff I usually cover in the evening. So we have a bit of a situation here. And I lose there. Like, the only other level pack of recent which really forced me to simulate was Mega Marina League Season 1 Retro Week, actually. Well, I did get intellectually stimulated, so to speak, with some of the Fortress stages in the past, but this one more so. Gonna wait. Unfortunately, because all my attacks are gonna be full screen, that may cause a bit of an issue here. Alright, we're clear. Got it. Bonk. Double bonk. Well, I'm out of this section. I hope this was the climax. Or near the climax. Yep. I do need that, actually. Well, if I had the rain flush, not necessarily, but I get it from the stage. Okay, color me surprised. My apologies if I sound a bit harsh here, but from my experiences playing some other level packs from designers here, usually the RM stages they're okay, but they don't offer as many interesting setups. Or they don't really force me to engage in them. This one, though, it does. Ouch. Three more. Got it. Oh, never mind. It's Tornado Blow. I'll still take it. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I'll do Dead Cells or Windblown first. Probably the latter, but we'll see. And hey, they're not exactly... One's not really a spiritual successor of the other. They can stand alongside each other. Oh yeah, so it's a case that the demo does not really do a good job. Like, if you cut off with Frontier Hunter, if you cut off the first half of the demo, it'd immediately become a lot better. J-Butter knows how to feed the part of me that craves Maker's insanity. Or rather, the lesser known combinations that are quite interesting. Oh, that's cool. Wait, there was a gender reveal? Was it explosive? When I say first half of the tutorial, I mean the one that was showcased in a demo. Like, or if you want me to say it in a different way, if they just cut off the first half of the demo, it'd be better. I don't know what my benchmark is. Frankly, when I think about it, I have multiple benchmarks of different quality levels, as well as different scopes and sizes. The other way you could phrase Igavanias is action RPG Metroidvanias, because there is a few of them I do want to cover that are definitely action RPGs and definitely Metroidvanias, but I wouldn't exactly call them Igavanias. It's actually an interesting thing to discuss, but we need to improve our gameologies before that. And when you say the tutorial is 1/3 of the experience, you have to explain how long You need to elucidate on how long the experience is. Stuff like Dust? Yes. That's an action RPG, and it's also a Metroidvania, I believe. But I don't really see it be discussed as in terms of being an Igavania, quote unquote. And then there's also the whole discussion of what actually constitutes a tutorial. Like, obvious tutorials, yes, but then there's also the very subtle ones. Like, for example, you can call the entire game of Portal 1 the tutorial. Anyways, let's roll the die. Next up, Pyroclast Man. Ready to play, score of 11. Hey, I'll eventually cover it for various reasons. It looks cool. I know it's not necessarily the best game, but even if a game isn't necessarily super competent, you can still get a lot of fun out of it. That's one thing I've learned through the many years I've produced, the 10 plus years I've produced videos on this channel. And it even goes in reverse. Sometimes if you're playing a even if you're playing a super competently put together game, or a very good game, you may not be able to enjoy it that much, for a variety of justifiable reasons. Ouch. I thought I saw one emit upwards. Oh, lava! Get out of here! Maybe I should have gone here after Cryosphere, man. Don't snipe me. The lava rises fairly slowly, I'm fine. Ouch. Oil. I just love crude oil. Damage boost me. Thank you. Hi there, SDA. Welcome to the Sometimes Evening Level Pack stream. Welp, I took a hug. That's when you just started, but eh. Yes, how do you determine how much fun you're having? Bye. Oh, you recognize the song, Manubi? That's cool. Lava ignores iframes, so I need to be careful. Anyway, it's time for the next escape sequence. I'm falling behind the chat. I will respond, don't worry. Oh. Almost lit the candles there. Probably should not have done that. rats. If I get hit by one, I'm going in the drink. I'm clear. Mostly. Whew. Safe. Anyone can use the tracks. It's from a Mega Man styled. Yeah, that's fair. My indie game journey was kind of weird because if you're going to be going by technicality, my indie game journey began with early 2000s midware stuff as well as Flash games. Hi Salty! Thanks for showing up for a moment. Yeah, there's both an objectivity and subjectivity argument. Well, at least we're outside the volcano now. Oops. Okay. I got 2 E-tanks, I can eat some damage. Not like that, though. That was poor form on my part. Let me in, let me in. Including one of the main gimmicks from the stage itself. Nice. Following my advice. It's only one of them, but considering who it is, that's probably a better idea. Especially if it's placed horizontally. Ah! I was too slow. And I planked too many shots when I should have just gone for the head. Time Stopper. Or Flash Stopper. Time Stopper. Okay, let's see. Chat messages. We already talked about the music. We'll discuss Igavanias more when we get to an action RPG Metroidvania. At this rate, it's either going to be Dust or a certain other title whose name I'm forgetting. Salt and Sanctuary, I'm in a it's literally a 2D Souls-like. So I'm thinking of whether I'm going to do it solo or co-op. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, STA. Yeah, Forest Man's theme was a banger. Okay, found out that Marusotem Mez actually made Forest Man specifically for a new menace. Really? Well, I hate to say it, but it's kind of a shame that those tracks are relegated to a new menace, because they're a lot better than the stages themselves. 2017 was the year you really started delving into indie gaming, starting with Hollow Knight and Spark 1. For me, at least, being able to attach myself on an emotional level to the game is more of a plus than a requirement. Then again, I play a lot of most of the games I play on this channel, they have excuse plots or no plot at all. Or the plot they have is more for people who it's only there if you just go for it, otherwise it's in the background. Barring certain exceptions, for instance, all of the visual novels I covered, or stuff like, especially Dead of a Wish. But yeah, in essence, how fun I consider a game to be, or how much enjoyment I derive from playing a game, really comes down to a combination of how much I like the important aspects. In my case, when I say important aspects, it's like graphics. Okay. Most important to me would be gameplay tied with story, although I do favor gameplay slightly more than story, followed by music, followed by graphics. That's really usually how I play things. I'm more of a gameplay focused person, but over time I've been more gameplay story focused. As for attaching an emotional level, I can attach myself to characters of any gender, really. It depends, for me at least, it depends on how relatable are they. How relatable is their personality, their triumphs, their struggles, their connections, the world they live in, etc, etc. For me at least, just focusing on gender, well, I understand what you're saying, but greetings, David. Welcome to the stream. And yeah, we have the OG Symphony of the Night. That is like the one that set the mold for Igavanias. Yeah, I agree, Hyper. Flashman's weapon should have been called the Flash Stopper, and Brightman's weapon the Bright Stopper, but people may try to rule, but most of them inevitably end up failing. Ah, you're welcome, David. I know there's not as many streamers playing this game, but I still enjoy it quite a bit. Anyways, next up is Cryspear Man. 31 play score 7. I've been playing this game for at least 7 years. It's had its ups and downs, but overall it's been quite an enjoyable experience. But again, my rankings are more based off of my preferences. I'm not... Oh my gosh, I recognize this track from Maho Warrior from Skipper, 1995. It's my preferences of ranking things, relatively speaking. Even if I, for example, rank music behind the story, I'm not saying that's not important. It is still important. If a game's music is horrible, it's gonna quite diminish my enjoyment of it. Oh, okay. Plan B. Get hit again. Awesome plan, isn't it? Oh no. Are you kidding me? You keep respawning right there. This is turning out to be a difficult challenge. Okay. We're out of here. As long as I don't destroy the snowmen, they won't As long as I don't destroy the snowmen, they won't start parachuting again. Oh golly. But yeah, right. I want to say this, bad graphics and music can make and break a lot of different experiences too. Of course, that's why you also may have noticed that whenever I discuss game graphics or game music, they're a lot more simplistic compared to when I discuss the gameplay or story. Oh, Spikefall section, I'm dead. Oh, Joey, there was no checkpoint. As for Symphony of the Night, we'll see. I'm not gonna host another voting gauntlet right now because I'm a bit swamped with key requests and other things. Those need to be done first. Next year though, early next year, oh certainly. I'll be happy to do that. I thought it was... okay. So I made a mistake there. I thought it was 3 shots initially. Yeah, I saw a V-tank. No problem. Now, if you're a composer, of course, like, if you're a graphic artist or a composer, certain things are gonna hit a lot more than others. Okay. Well, are you kidding me? I thought I was getting the clear. Okay, take 3 of this. Okay, word of advice, if you're gonna have a Spikefall section like that, please put a checkpoint before it. For example, during the fall I had no idea that the spikes are gonna be on the right end first. Like, give more warning, please. It's not fun having to go through this entire section because of one minor mistake. Or have to redo it. I'd rather have to do an enemy gauntlet instead. Okay. Okay, we're true. This section was, not the way I would design it. Okay, checkpoints here, but, if you have to redo 1 minute stage because of an error like that, please give more advanced warning of where at least the first set of spikes are gonna be. That is very rude. As for voting gauntlet, wait until December or January. As I said, Tedley, well, you weren't here. I prioritize gameplay and story. Gameplay slightly more, but story, I feel, is also really important when the game asks for it. And I know that, Jaden. Give it time. Oh, it's fine. I don't mind spike falls if there's at least some advanced warning of where the first set of spikes are going to be, so you can at least initiate the first fall at a better position. And ideally if there's a checkpoint nearby. This is the first stage which I consider to be, needs a little bit of a rework, or part of it. I didn't expect to be able to shoot down the head like that, so I fumbled that. See, I liked the other gimmick usage of the stage, because climbing up there was fine. I liked it. It was a little bit difficult in some spots. The problem is that one spike fall. I know this isn't necessarily the best usage of all these gimmicks, or polished, but it's enjoyable and it forces me to engage with them. Ooh. This is also a section where you do fall, but I don't mind it so much because you actually get time to react to what you're gonna have to do next. Now, this is a little bit scary because any wrong moves means death. And also Mega Man Maker's ice physics. The only thing I can use here that'll help me is a flash stopper. Because this is full screen attack, it means ice blocks like these are dangerous. Excuse me? Okay, today I learned that when the flash stopper is active, or time stopper rather, those ice cubes are not solid. Specifically when entering the screen like that. I can sort of understand the logic, but that is annoying. It'd be one thing if they were in mid-melt, but when they're fully formed solid when you enter the new screen, you should be able to jump on it. This is one of the situations where because they were frozen solid, this is one of the situations where because I entered the screen when the time was stopped, the graphics were there, but their solidity was not set back to true. Again, if you replace the spikefall section with something like this, it would be so much better. Oh, no. Pfft. Okay, I think this may be another good point for a checkpoint. Maybe. Gotta go fast, but if... Another situation where I wish I had more time to size up the situation. This is why I wish we had something like Celeste's binoculars. They're a great feature. Okay, if I die again, give me a moment so I can actually get to the next checkpoint. This stage is ending up being frustrating due to weird things like this happen. This is still less egregious compared to, oh no. This is still less egregious compared to what happened in that section. I mean, with the spike fall. Cool, and if I miss, I'm dead too. Newbie has a strict standard of what they consider to be good music. I can see that. Before we say if they're more fair or fairer, my biggest issue with this is more checkpoint density and the spyfall section. And then the weird bug that affected Maker that really doesn't look like it should work that way, but of course, it's how it is. This is another moment where Mega Mix would be better. I thought this is going to be difficult due to ice physics. This is being difficult for a very different set of reasons now. It's kind of unfortunate because the rest of the stage, like the previous ones, is cool. No pun intended. Also, if you miss a block jump there, it's gonna stay shattered until you reset the room, so you have to be really careful. Go! I'm really thankful I took the time stopper here. Okay, so as long as I activate the time stop... So good to know. As long as I activate the time stopper in a room with ice cubes, after I enter it, the ice cubes will stay solid, even if they're off screen. I just need to activate it after I enter the room and they're fine, even if they're off screen. Good to know. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's not over yet. No. This is really scary. That could have been a good climax for the stage, to be honest. Help me, doggy. Also, a place where damage spikes would be really appreciated, actually. No, seriously. Instead of taking instant death, taking 7 or 14 damage per hit, way more advisable for this sort of level. Don't get blocked off. Yoku's. Nope. Okay, this sort of challenge. Oh no. Run for your lives! Oh, or just damage boost there. That works too. Stop. Get a heads up. Right Stopper is doing the heavy lifting. Time Stopper is doing the heavy lifting in the stage. I keep calling it the different types of stoppers. If I didn't have it, I'd be here for at least 10 more minutes or something. Oh my goodness. A stage that forces me to engage, but yikes. I appreciate what you did here, but you probably should add 1 or 2 more checkpoints. One before the spike fall section, as I keep arguing about, so I'll drop it. And maybe one at the center of that section. Like the way it is designed... Ooh, Centaur Flash. The way it is designed right now, this stage could end one section earlier and it'd still be perfect. That would be a perfectly fine climax. So right now I can't really give it a thumbs up, sorry. You're close. Okay, where should we go to next? Let's roll the die. Deforestation Man. 26 plays, score of 4. I don't consider the SMS or Game Gear a bad sound chip. FYI. There can be some... One of the important things I've come to realize, especially with retro soundtracks, is you need to be cognizant of their limitations. What sounds good at them and what sounds bad on them. And this also applies to the retro remixes. I don't know if they're unfair hits. I can avoid them. The problem is, avoiding them puts me in much more jeopardy than just tanking them. Again, I understand using spikes for these sorts of stages, but with how these challenges are laid out, I think it'd work better for keeping the difficulty flow for just using damage spikes if they were included in the engine. 7 damage or 14 damage instead of instant death would be way more appreciated. Hi Space 2, welcome! Sure, there is technically a level queue, but tonight I'm only covering level packs, specifically from Apple. You can submit your level ID, sure, and I'll cover it next Saturday morning. But yeah, the level queue... How do we get up there? Excuse me. I need to evaluate this. Oh. May want to make that more distinguished from the background. I thought that was a background element, not a foreground element, but how it's positioned with the trees. Yeah, we do have the flying spikes from Mega Man 8, but I would like some stationary spikes. Rated E for everyone. Oh my goodness. Speaking of the flying spikes from Mega Man 8. GGLS 2. Is LS the series of horizontal shmups? Oh, it's okay, Space 2. Yeah, right now I have 3 level packs in the queue. This is the first one. But you can recommend one and I'll eventually get around to it in a month. Unfortunately, I have to dedicate individual streams due to how long they can take. And unlike the previous 3 or 4 I played, this one's actually forcing me to engage in the mechanics and contains interesting things to talk about. Which is a good thing and sometimes a bad thing. Off with his head. A lot easier than the previous stage. As a reminder, I thought the previous stage was going to be difficult in ice physics. It became difficult for an entirely separate series of reasons. Plan B. I understand the limitation of only having full screen attacks. At the same time though, it kinda limits what you can do with some of the challenges. Really unfortunate because the levels I feel would do better if we had some mechanisms that aren't just full screen and are more focused. What I should have done initially. Heal me. I don't expect to die 20 times in this level, so already it's going to be a much more of an improvement. I actually expected Power Class Man to be harder, but the way it is right now, this is going to be like those intermediate to experienced levels. Oh boy, here we go. Bye. That would be an interesting idea, Manubi. Ah, shoot. Go full on in on the full screen attack. So it's more for beginners, right? I know, I'm taking a lot more damage than I would if I was playing more cautiously, but by damage boosting like this, I end up making the flow of the stage a lot smoother. My progression becomes a lot more stabilized. Peekaboo! And now we ascend upwards. I'm kind of worried what would happen if I used the stopper here. Will it immediately start sinking me? Let's try that actually. What would happen? Yep, it sinks me. Yeah, wasn't paying attention. Well, right now there are some differences between the quote-unquote full-screen attacks, Manubi. Tornado Blow hits all enemies but grants me some vertical height. Flash Stopper freezes all enemies on screen, and a lot of gimmicks too. And Center Flash just hits all enemies and makes me immune to pretty much all forms of damage, temporarily. Though there is a bit of distinguishing there, outside of it hitting all enemies. Yeah, they're sizzling. Bad cuckoo. Speaking of chickens... They decided to go back. I see the flames. Ow. Thanks. Many tanks. Who set all these fires? Pyroclast Man? Three stages so far have had fire. Oh no. Of all the weapons I have, Flash Stopper is getting the lion's share of usage. It's kind of great. Deforestation Man, despite me dying half a dozen times, a lot easier than Cryosphere. Cryosphere was one tough cookie. I'll see you around about Berserk Boy's controls in a moment. Yes, I can destroy it. Sorry, Burner Man. I don't have time to deal with you today. You give the rain flush? Okay. Okay, your level pack's called FEM-AMGN. Could you give at least one of the level IDs in that level pack space too? Just to make sure. Right now with all the levels, yeah, you could replace almost all of the full screen attacks with any special weapons. The exceptions I would say are the Flash Stopper, Centaur Flash, and Rain Flush, or Tornado Blow. You can pick one of those two. The Flash Stopper is turning out to be invaluable for at least 3 of the different levels. Or 2 of them. But I will say this, yeah, I feel like by just making every special weapon a full screen attack, even if they have different characteristics, it is limiting what you can do with the special weapons. I don't mind having multiple quote-unquote full screen attacks, but too many is a bit too limiting. But remember, this is not a gimmick, this is not a special weapon-oriented level pack. This is one where you can get through all the stages with, at least all the regular ARM stages with the Mega Buster. So like the regular traditional ARM levels with the usual challenge flows, although here it does amp up quite a bit. I may even have to split the stream into two because of how long this is taking. Next up is Substation Man. 22 plays, score 6. Yep. They would have to implement their ideas. They would have to implement the weapon ideas more competently. Which is tricky. If this was a special weapon-oriented stage, then it would be a lot easier. Then you can argue, okay, build the stuff around the certain full weapons. And I've seen stages that are built around the different full screen attack, or screen clear weapons, as we usually call them. But they are specially designed. Like, as for examples of weapons that are quite used, or I have seen them quite a bit, Tornado Blow and Rain Flush. Tornado Blow for vertical mobility, Rain Flash for horizontal. I have seen stages built around those. Even Centaur Flash because of being able to mitigate Centaur Flash for its ability to mitigate a lot of instant death stuff. No. Came to hug you. Okay, showing how they work. I mean, Maker has actually done a decent job differentiating the different types of screen clearing attacks. A lot better than the OG games, that's for sure. But in the OG games, you usually only had one, maybe two, screen clearing weapons at the same time. I'm in RM stage number 5 of 8. Like, these levels force me to engage in mechanics that are kind of hefty. They're not the same kind. I will say this, they're not the same kind of difficulty as Lapatio, which feel much more like obstacle courses with very particular ways you're supposed to engage in them. This one does have some expected ways to engage with the levels, but there are also different non-standard avenues to deal with them too. And the stage allows it, will happily allow it, even if it's less optimal or more difficult. Plus the weapons do allow, they sometimes trivialize it, other times more neat ways of dealing with these things. Ow. I'm now talking word salad. Please give me a few minutes to reboot. Also, damage boosting is surprisingly effective for this. The GOAT weapon of this pack. And there are quite a few rooms where the screen clearing does come handy, but the screen clearing in choice is usually interchangeable. Barring, once again, stuff like the Flash Stopper. I'm gonna stop pulling it out like that. I'm sounding like a broken record. I could have rushed it. Excuse me. Pfft. Yeah, don't do it like that. If I rushed for it, I could have done it too. Bye. Oh, yes, please. Thank you, game. Thank you, RNG. Like, I know I shouldn't be complaining as much, but damage boosting, barring stuff like maybe the ice stage, it's really good. Well, in the ice stage it was also really good, but the worry there was all the pits and spikes. Oh shoot, okay, let me see the responses. The SMW sound font isn't that bad. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Space 2. Okay, Jaden's talking about Berserk mode. Gotcha. Lol. Should have waited. Controls feel like the bad aspects of Gunvolt and Copen, but now the advantages. We shall see. I mean, I'm also gonna eventually play Gunvolt because, as controversial as it is, it looks cool. Controversial in these circles, at least. I'll bring in another mod. I'll probably bring in Salty just for backup for a little bit. How many stages are in this pack total? 1 plus 8 plus 5. 14. If I split the stream in half, that may or may not delay packs, we'll see. Because the two following packs I know of are not going to be as difficult as this. I mean, I don't actually mind this being tougher. I've been itching to play a level pack which has been more up the lines of my skill level. And not just to have when I say a skill level, I also mean has some interesting setups that aren't just trivialized fairly easily. Okay, some of these setups, well, many of these setups are trivialized, but you specifically have to use some special weapons. And in many of those, they're trivialized with the use of special weapons, but it's usually just a rush coil. And on top of that, even if you do it the quote-unquote intended way, with just the Mega Buster and your base abilities, they don't really offer that much interesting to the table. Here though, even if it's sometimes unpolished, it's interesting. At least to me. Alright, easier phase. Time slow. Although I already have the flash stopper, so eh. We'll see. It's not the patio hard or like the diff. This is in a category where it's not intermediate, but it's not what I consider like in the quote-unquote difficult category of Maker. Of course, to those who haven't really spent 7 years in Maker, they consider this they would classify this as difficult, and I wouldn't blame them for that. But to me, there's kind of like a subtle distinction here. There are many difficult parts of these stages, and some stages are outright difficult, and I wouldn't recommend intermediate players play it unless they are prepared already, like Cryo Man. But then there are also a lot of sections which intermediate players can deal with if they play slower than I. For example, Deforestation Man, or even Substation Man. With just the rush coil you can get pretty far. So right now it's in the category of between intermediate and difficult. Upper intermediate. I get trad fatigue because, let's face it, many of these stages would be better if they shaved off one or two sections. They sometimes go on for too long. Or many of them feel like they go on for too long. I still will take these traditional levels over most of the traditional levels of the last 3 packs, but some concision would be nice. Next up is Latte Man, bug fixed. 26 plays, score 7. It is kind of getting limited. It is reaching the point where, with the way the stage is designed and the end goal of this, it is kind of bumping up against some of the limitations. At a certain point, I feel that many of these level packs would work better if they were special weapon focused or something. Okay. Starting at 4 different routes, that's different. Wish. When I played the demo of Berserk Boy, it felt fairly good, or it felt pretty fun to play, but I'll decide for myself. I do own the game, by the way. You don't need to send it to me. Like, I do have a list, a private list of all the games I own on the various platforms, and I do have a public version, but the public version hasn't been updated in what feels like a year. And of course, it will not include the game keys I have because, spoilers. Down? Oh. I see. Squish. Don't get crushed. 2 keys for us. Okay, that was weird. This has been a Maker moment. I don't think that was not intended. We kind of broke that by accident. Oops. If it happened again, I would have blamed the designer, but it didn't, so, welp. Okay, this is basically a factory, isn't it? Ouch. I really don't want to get crushed here. I've learned this lesson hundreds of times. Oh my goodness. That could have been a spike pit. Yikes. I thought that was off screen. Welp, that's one dead Doc Roach. I like how the first screen does introduce what challenge is coming up. No spikes as I worried about initially. We're doing this, eh? That's what I was worried about. I probably died right next to the checkpoint, too. I'm starting to realize that one of the best things you can do in this pack is rush the Flash Stopper first. The stage where you get it isn't that difficult either, but it helps you with so many of the other stages in many different ways that it would be foolish not to get it. The downside of the time, well, you can at least swap there. Well, there it goes. Sheesh. And these are mini sections, so no checkpoint in the middle, you have to go for all of it. Halfway done. I appreciate being able to pick multiple paths for the stage. Maybe we just need to pick 2 or 3 of them. Hello, Dustman. Oh, I'm dead, I'm dead. No? Okay. That didn't... I mean, it looks cool, so props for that. Like, none of the weapons they used here are bad weapons. It's just that, I wish there was a more diverse set of selection of tools. Especially for a pack like... Okay, this section was a lot easier than the previous one, even if I didn't use any time-altering weapons. The 4th section was easily the hardest one, mainly for the blocks. It's... Oh, that's gonna be a bit heresy here if saying that Gunvolt did something better. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But, okay, I adjust. I don't hate Gunvolt. Frankly, I'm more curious to see what it does well and what it doesn't do well. Especially 2. I know 1's gonna be kind of an experience. But 2, 3, and Copen side games, or AU games, I'm really curious about them. it's situations like these where I'm kind of forced to use a special weapon to deal with dock roaches, and, well, I guess the best one would be Centaur Flash, I guess. Welp. Luminous Avenger IX 1 and 2, yeah. That's all 4 of them. Let's get out of here. Fourth section took the lion's share for its difficulty. Okay. Like, if anything, most of the boss fights are just the easy parts of the stage. I'm just gonna use weaknesses now. I'm a bit tired. Okay. But I already have Flash Stopper, so, this is the first weapon which I say is a direct overlap. If I have the Flash Stopper, why would I want the Time Stopper? It's a straight upgrade to that. Unless there's some more obscure use cases I'm missing. I don't know if GB1's level design being better, but eh. Okay, but where's the unstored rage for these games coming from? Oh, are you referring to Gunvolt J Butters? Okay, let me first refer to something else. Virtua Unlimited Project's also a cool game, but unless someone specifically asks for it, I want to cover Mega Man ZX Prologue first. If you're wondering why I want to cover a fan game before an official commercial title, well, there is a bit of shared DNA and history there. If you know, you know. I mean, the highlight is the boss fights. Okay. Hi, ETC. Welcome to the stream. I sometimes stream here in the evening. I don't usually like to stream this late due to how many people show up or how few people show up, but sometimes I do. Like last week, I did do quite a few evening streams due to the Next Fest. Yeah, Time Stopper Maker is an immediate improvement over Mega Man 2, if only because you can turn it on and off. Same developers? Sort of. Some of the developers are shared. To answer your question, J Butters, in the Mega Man community, the discourse around indie is a bit outsized in a few places. We had a few discussions about the quality of indie's products and some other things. But as of late, indie is very hit or miss. Emphasis on very. And Kind of like the best way of saying it is that part of the development team who made ZX Prologue and its sequel, if it's complete or not, they worked on Virtual Unlimited project. Although, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, the person who did the level design for ZX Prologue is not the same person who did the level design for Virtual Unlimited project. Please, there's a very big citation needed on this. Please check it and correct me if I'm wrong. If you're watching this in the future. And there's also a lot to be said about Indie's quality in regards to their original projects versus their commissioned projects or license deals. It's complicated, I'll say it. Like, don't get me wrong. I like the Zero series. I haven't played ZX, but I've seen a full playthrough. I'll get around to Advent. I quite like the second half of Zero, but I can definitely see why people dislike those games. There are notable design decisions which if I were designing a game, I would not do. And a lot of other things are wrapped in preference. Another thing has to do with Indie's... Well, other things, but I'd like to keep the stream safe for work. But the whole Indie's design paradigms, it really feels like... A lot of things about Indie's design paradigm feels like it really harkens back to the arcade era, in a sense, in the both good way and a bad way. See how they handle the ranking systems, their trial and error sometimes. Or design flow and balancing. It's kind of reminiscent of this NES and this NES era in a good and bad way. Oh sure, they've learned. Sometimes. And it really feels like there are different teams. There are different teams working on the license and the original projects, which can result in some weird design incongruences and make it difficult to track their design history. Because unlike many other studios which have a shared series of developers or division, with Indie, it's complicated. I never understood that. I mean... If you know Indie, you know how much they cater to the quote-unquote, fan servicey, quote-unquote, loving, quote-unquote, part of the audience. Well, there used to be more developers in the Zero era, but they become more like independent contractors. Well, they become more like publishers. Thing is, though, as a publisher, if you're going to hire an independent contractor, it's also up to you to vet the quality of the contractor. It's not... I can understand a more hands-off approach, but at a certain point, the game's quality is affected by what the publisher chooses to do. Not all developers are competent, after all. I know there's a lot of rightful ire directed towards publishers, but they do have a role to play. It doesn't help that Indie doesn't really make it clear that they're publishers seeking independent contractors, which again is an advertising fail on their part. Yeah, we did have a similar conversation about this. It's gonna repeat until I eventually cover those. That's why when I talked about Majigami, I was a bit more careful. Like, it looks cool, but from what I see of the reviews, the best part of it is the bosses. Like, Indie has consistently been able to do, maybe not good boss fights, but very creative, flashy boss fights that look good on video or in replays. And their pixel sprite work is still awesome. I would still give the artist credit. What I'm saying is that publishers do have a hand in the pie to making the games they publish better. And Indie, as a publisher, developer, contractor, whatever, as of late has been really hit or miss. That's what I'll conclude. I can also criticize their let me just say a little bit too much focus on fan service. And when I say fan service, I mean in very weird ways. I'll just put it that way. Anyways, let's continue before you end up with another 20-minute diatribe. Next up is Tectonics Man, 26 plays, score 6. I mean, right now it's kind of exaggerated how much dislike it is because they're out of the Mega Man series, and considering what allegedly happened with Capcom and everything, they're not coming back anytime soon. I can also discuss, for example, their take on a fully turn-based version of Battle Network that was mixed together with more card game elements, and how that kind of feels half-baked, except in terms of the gameplay, except in terms of the art. And maybe the music. Of course, we're never going to have to go into discussion about why some people like quote-unquote animeisms or dislike them. I'm just more ambivalent to them. I really don't want this to turn into a rant stream because I actually like this level pack, and I just want to make it clear I don't hate Indie. I haven't even bought most of their games, so I'm not losing much. Indifferent, yeah. I'm sorry, J Butters. I'm kind of going in a... I'm reaching the point where I'm talking about things and not really clarifying the context. Sorry. Frankly, I don't actually do it that much either. I discuss it more often because some people just get their pants in a twist over it, or they care way too much for that. And it's sometimes hilarious to see. This is not the situation, for example, with a certain other company. This is not the same situation as a certain other company who's blacklisted from the channel. I may think these games may not be the best, but they're still fine. Cool setup. I'm afraid not just them. Oh no. It's more than that. I know that the main Mega Man Discord had to handle some situations. I'm not gonna name any more people here because I don't want to turn this into a pointing figure stream. Alright, go. We did it. Ah. Please put a checkpoint. Yes, thank you. I don't really care. I only keep track of the history because it's funny. Thanks for pointing them out, Jaden. Oh, shoot. Wait, I'm safe. I just need to stand here. Let me in, let me in! No, not Temu. I know the joke, but... Hang on a moment. How do I get up there? Of course, with my trusty dog. The Dotemu is awesome, overall. Mostly. Whoa! What was that sound? Hang on. Alright, if you want to know which studio was blacklisted from the channel, that's Nicholas. It's gonna be a bit awkward for certain games, but, if you know, you know. As a beat-em-up fan, absolutely. .mu has been just hitting bangers and bangers. When I say blacklisted, I mean in the sense I will not cover the games on the channel. Okay, backup plan. Backup plan was, oh my goodness. Okay. I just fell back down to the bottom part of the stage. With Gearbox, Activision Blizzard, whatever Maxim Entertainment did, they're not necessarily blacklisted, it's just that I won't play their games. Only one of the few people on Twitch. I did play Marvel Cosmic Invasion and Absolem earlier, and they're awesome. Okay, so don't go down there. Maybe I should have used the other one. Nah, I'm good. Love hitting the easy button. Oh shoot. Time stopper. This is bad. Oh, keys. I can fall back down all the way, looping back to the start to open the door. I am not gonna risk it, I'm gonna E-tank this. I saw this elevator at the start, I knew I have to come back here. The Absolem, even though we were kind of bad at it, it's an amazing iteration on the DLC of Streets of Rage 4. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What happened to them fighting herds is criminal. Not literally, but figuratively. I'm still waiting for a more substantial demo for W, even though I know it's not gonna come out. DK Master Crush. I understand not willing to support Pitchfork or Pitchfords, but if someone requests, for example, the older Borderlands games, okay, I can cover it. I got them for free. We weren't able to defeat the boss even though we tried 2 or 3 times initially. It was really technical. We couldn't really nail down how to do parries or counters, but we knew the technique was there. I may sample Dem's fighting herds because it's one of the very few fighting games which actually has a tutorial which expects that you never... It actually has a tutorial or tutorial mode which expects that you'd never played a fighting game before. In fact, it has technically 2 sets of tutorials, one for regular fighting game players and one for complete newbies like me. I know the story mode isn't complete, but I would at least like to check out a bit. The original Risk of Rain was before a Gearbox. 2 as well, technically, before they were bought out, so... Man, you can go down the rabbit hole seeing all the misdeeds. Misdeeds is an understatement. Pitchfork did. It's kind of sad and hilarious. Yep, just one left. Let me see. Oh, yeah, they are. Okay, I'm gonna do one more RM stage, and then I'm gonna split this off into another stream. My problem with W's demo is how short it is, really. Intro stage is fine and all, but I really want to have... I'm just gonna say it. I really wish there was a more substantial challenge level, even if it was optional. Or one RM stage. Yeah. I haven't played Grand Blue Versus. I may play Grand Blue Fantasy Relink eventually, because I am getting a bit more into spectacle fighters. When will that next stream be? Probably next week. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pair the second part of this pack with the start of the next pack. Because I know the next pack is not gonna be as difficult as this one. And the next level pack to be covered is going to be... Based in 21XX from MemYCH. Then it'll be followed by you, Oh, that's good. At the time of Dance Fighting Heart's release or development, the only other good quote-unquote newbie game would be probably Skullgirls. At least its tutorial. Okay, last but not least, Quasar Man. 25 play score 0. I'm gonna first try out hard mode, and then if I get stuck, I'll try it easier. Question is this going to be harder than Cryosphere Man, or easier? Yeah, with the way how the demo was, it could have been more like a trailer and it'd do most of the same things. The main thing that did distinguish it was the challenge mode, but eh. But enough of that. Yeah, the challenges were actually the best look at the full game because it forced you to use your techniques. You know what I'm really looking forward to following the game's release? Not exactly the game itself, but the engine. Similar to how we have Mega Mix made in Game Maker Studio 1.x, once W's engine is out, we're gonna have a Mega Man Classic engine built in Godot. And with how you basically have to pirate Game Maker 1.x because it's abandonware, having something done in a FOSS engine that's more easily accessible, it's gonna be quite great. It's gonna be quite great for the community. It helps that I prefer Godot over Game Maker Studio. For one, Godot is a lot more it's a lot more I'm dead. It's a lot more snappy with development. Like, don't get me wrong, Game Maker Studio had its place, but especially when I was building my Magma levels, it became noticeable in 48-hour and Tree. The compilation time and a few other quirks about the engine really slowed down and added some pain points to the development. Godot, at least from the games I've seen and the one I did build, it's a building stuff there is a lot smoother. Especially when you're starting from nothing. Like, only time where it becomes a less smooth is when you're trying to do some more advanced things, but if you're building a fan game, it's not going to be that much. No. That's my answer. Get me on the spaceship. Checkpoint! So far, not too bad. There is a few tricky jumps here and there though. Like that one jump without the use of the Rain Flush. I don't know if I would keep that. This is another one of those situations where I really wish I had a special weapon that wasn't screen clearing because all of them are overkill for an enemy like this. Regardless, we're in the spaceship now. Die, everything. Now perish! Oh, technically, yeah, you're right. Might be. There is technically another Godot Mega Man based engine, but I thought it was far less developed compared to what's W shaping up to be. Oh, don't worry, J-Butters. But how Godot 4.x is right now, unless you use a custom encryptor or something, decompiling Godot games is not going to be that... Decompiling Godot games isn't that tough. That will be fixed sometime in the future, by the way, so make note of that. Wrong weapon. Ah! I thought I switched to Flash Stopper again. The color schemes are too similar to each other. That's why I thought I was safe, but no, it was the wrong weapon. Yeah, it doesn't help that they're absolutely right next to each other in the menu. When they don't really serve the best switch. Alright, I'll rush it. Dead. This is my strongest screen clearing weapon. I only really like the demo, Jaden. I didn't play the full game. My opinions on the full game will likely be different from the demo. Are you referring to Godot itself, Mega Man W's engine made in Godot, or both, newbie? Just want to clarify a bit. I have a biased perspective about what I consider to be a easy-to-use engine, so hearing the perspective of someone who isn't just a software developer would be appreciated. Yeah, I understand why Mega Man W's engine specifically. Gotcha. Speaking as someone... Okay, I'm gonna broaden the conversation here. Speaking as someone who's used both the Game Maker Studio and Godot, I think I found Godot a little bit easier to pick up. It's a little bit more confusing initially, but once you get the handle on some of the basic stuff, things start falling together a lot more smoothly. Or the other way to say it is, I feel some of the elements, well, I feel like the way things are organized in Godot are more along the lines of the way I want it to be. There are some issues with, oh no, with the texture atlas and how that works, but overall, yeah. I almost did it, and then I made a mistake there. Really? Hitboxes. So that's cool. When the full game comes out and the engine comes out, I'll be happy to try it out. Heck, with how Godot is programmed, they don't even need to necessarily wait for the engine to come out, technically, as long as I have the final game. Okay. This time... no kill like overkill. This is actually rather unique because in the zero gravity sections, it's mainly used for ascending sections. But here we have actual platforming involved to get to the other side. It's neat. Let me go down, please. Ow. Seriously. I couldn't move and I couldn't grab properly. Oh well. I don't mind the spikes as much as I compare it when I complain about Cryosphere's stage. But I feel like for these sorts of sections, having damage spikes would work better for the difficulty progression. Basically, don't make it instant death. Okay, flash. I forgot it actually turns off the gravity too. Well, it turns back on the gravity. Same with this. No! Send flash. No! Switch. Okay, game. It accepted the 2 inputs at once for left. Okay. Oh my goodness. That was the end. Good climax. I get why there's an easier version of the stage, but if this gets an easier version of a stage, can you make an easier version of Cryosphere? That was way... that was way scarier than even the latter part. The latter part of that stage was way scarier than this. Oh sure, there's instant death spikes in a lot of places here. But in that level, sure you had instant death spikes, but you also had multiple bottomless pits, as well as tricky platforming on fragile blocks that could be melted by fire, or if we stood on them for too long. Let's play Find the Weakness. Goodbye. That's probably not the weakness, but I don't care. Whew, that's all 8 RMs defeated. Favorite one? Probably Monsoon, Pyroclast, Deforestation, maybe a little bit of Substation. I think I can understand why Quasar Man required an easy mode for a few sections, because without special weapons it is trickier. But I still think that's more doable than Cryosphere with special weapons. Please, if you're gonna make an update to this, please increase the number of checkpoints in Cryosphere Man, and or make an easier version. Alright then, what are my current thoughts on this level pack? It's more involved than I expected. Heck, even the intro stage actually feels more of an actual burger instead of a nothing burger most intro stages are in the previous packs I played. And even in all the stages, even if they're not polished or have some weird jank to them, they offer challenges which force me to confront them instead of just easily bum rushing through them with finesse and the rush coil. More than Many of the challenges can be made a lot easier and sometimes cheesed with the special weapons, but because of how all the special weapons are screen clear focused, it means that, well, you're a little bit limited in terms of what you can break. And even though I use damage boosting quite a bit here, or quite often, it didn't completely eliminate the challenge. It was still there, and it had a different challenge of having to manage my health more carefully. So this already puts it above the curve, but it is recommended I'd recommend it to higher upper intermediate players. Some stages are definitely hard, some stages are more intermediate, but we'll see if that changes next week with the Wily Fortress levels. Thank you for the commentary, Jaden, J Butters, Minubi, Ted Lee, ETCE, Hyper, and the other people who I've missed. As a reminder, tomorrow morning no stream, but I will premiere something, so I'll see you all Saturday morning. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.